have already used some of the features of the Map Composer. And the reason I have done this is because it is easier to set the composer gradually for the purpose you have in your mind, and to make sure the layers are shown according to your desire and to the target audience of the map. Now I will show you how to add the legend, a title, the scale bar and the north arrow. First, we will start with the title. You need a catchy title, so why not make it a question? Like, where can you cycle in Oxford? Or, are you ready to use your bike? Find out where to cycle in Oxford. The title is like any other label you can create. And you will create it with add a label. You can use this feature if you want to add any label representing some points of interest, some cultural landmarks, like theater, church, airport names, rail stations. Maybe even if you see a label for a street or river is missing, you can place it manually. You can change the size of the title by dragging the corners. You can see in the item properties the current text. Simply click there and modify it. To change the font, click on the font. You can change the alignment, the position, you can rotate it, or create a frame around it and a background color. It's also possible to lock an item so that it becomes immovable. Therefore, you will not be able to modify it unless you unlock it. This can be useful if you're doing small changes to one of the features and don't want to make accidental changes to another. Simply go in the Items tab and tick the lock for the desired layer. Now we will create the legend. Click the Add a Legend button, then click on the map where you want it to be shown. As you can see, it is a huge legend. This is because QGIS shows all the elements in every layer that is in the Layers panel, even if you have not used them. We will be able to edit this legend either by removing the layers from the Layers panel or inside the Map Composer by going to Items Properties and untick the Auto Update. Now you are able to edit every layer. For example, we can remove the layers we are not using. Now, as you can see, the roads layer has every type of road in the legend. We don't actually need that. If you made a color or size distinction between each type, you will need each different type. Otherwise, you may need just two of them, one for the main type of road and one for the secondary type, because we made a size distinction. Residential and any car designated road are with 0.5 points, while footpaths are with 0.26 points in size. So in the legend we only need two entries. It would have been best if QGIS had an option to group them. Instead, we will need to delete all the types except for one of each type. To rename them, click on the type you want to rename and then click Edit Properties. Best practice is to put the layers that aid in orientation first on the legend, like contour area, rivers, lakes, roads, and the end ones should be the layer which is the theme of this map, bike routes. Use the up and down arrow to move them inside the legend. You can also edit the names that appear in the legend. It is not good to have a name like roads_OX. Please also change the name of the legend and its font. If you have many layers, you can put them on 2 or more columns. Same as for the title, you can create a frame, a background, or you can lock it in place. There is no place that is best, but try to minimize the features covered and to put it in one of the corners. Next, it is the scale. Now for the people that do not know this, a scale is a graphic representation that makes it easy for people to measure distances on a map. There are different types of scales. They can even show as simple numbers, like 1:10,000. Graphic scale bars are easier for people to imagine how much they have to travel to reach a certain place. Simply click on the Add a new scale bar. Items properties allows you to modify some of its features. Style, make it a double box. Units, choose meters. You can choose whether you want to represent some units before 0 for measurement purposes. You can choose the number of units to the right of 0. There is no standard way of showing it, but you would need at least 2 units to the right of 0. You can change colors, create a frame and a background color. To create a north arrow, it is a bit harder, simply because there are no standard north arrows like you would find in other GIS software. But you can import an image, which can be a SVG file, or you can create a new arrow inside of the composer. It is unconventional but more creative. Now you have reached the end of the Map Composer. You can export it as a PDF, image or SVG if you want to modify it further in Inkscape or Illustrator. I will show you what Inkscape can do in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching this tutorial. All the best. Goodbye.